So today we're gonna talk digital products, man. We're gonna talk digital products and how to make them, how to make money online. Okay, drop a one in the chat if you guys are excited to learn how to make money online. Drop a one in the chat if you're excited to learn how to make money online, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna talk about today, right? We're going to talk about three things today, three specific things. Okay. First is going to be systems. Okay. We need systems, right? That's the core, right? We need that in the middle, right? We need systems. Second thing is going to be marketing. Okay. We need marketing. Okay. So this is one, two. Can anybody guess what the third thing is going to be? Can anybody guess what's going to? What's up, Libby? What's up, Ryan? Jacqueline? What's up, everybody? Welcome in. Welcome in. So, can anybody guess what the third thing is going to be? Can anybody guess what the third thing is going to be? Right? Yes, we do have the water in the background right now. We are actually. Let me lower this for y'all so y'all can see, get a better vibe. How's that? Yeah. Okay. Perfect. 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 So the third thing that we're going to need is sales. Okay. That's going to be number three. All right. So today's focus is going to be systems. Okay. And honestly, I might just let you guys choose what the focus is going to be. But ultimately, we're going to start with systems because systems, you're going to need somewhere to be able to ultimately manage everything, right? Make your processes repeatable, have automation. So that's going to be something called the CRM. Okay, that's going to stand for customer relationship manager. Okay, CRM. That's what we're going to need first and foremost, right? So I'm legit sure. Okay, so the first thing that you're gonna need with the CRM, right? Like the first types of CRM, I can give you guys some examples. You've got Go High Level, which is my favorite. Go High Level literally does everything you'll ever need in any system ever, right? This is where everything lives. This is kind of the heart of your business. Excuse me. This is the heart of your business, right? This is where you're able to send text, emails, um, post like schedule posts, right? Um, Set up. You know how like when people say, "Hey, drop the word system below, and I'll send you my free guide." Automation. Okay, automation. This is where you can track your customers, right? This is where what else can you do? You can make phone calls, right? Record phone calls plus recordings, right? Um, what else can you do and Go High Level? You can set up call forwarding, right? So if you don't want to give out your personal phone number, you can actually add in your number to be able to like a business number for your number to be able to be forwarded to. So you can do call forwarding. Um, what else can you do inside Go High Level? Oh, AI, right? You can have your AI text, right, and take calls, okay, and take calls. You could have like your CRM. Another example of a CRM would be, um, depending on what like industry you're in, is Yardi for real estate, right? You can also have HubSpot. That's another one, regular CRM, HubSpot. It's pretty robust, right? Another CRM type. I mean, I would say Go High Level is my go-to, right? You can do all of this generally inside of the other one, but Go High Level is the most user-friendly. You can also white label, so you can make it look like yours, like your CRM, like you built it out. That's another one. What's up, Margaret? Peace Butterfly. Welcome in, guys. So today we are, just to kind of give you a quick recap of what we're doing. We're talking about pretty much how to build a business online, how to sell online. And right now we're discussing the three main things that you're going to need to be able to build any business online. Okay. And that's going to be systems, marketing, and sales in that order. Okay. Let me see if I can move some things around to kind of get better lighting for you guys, because I understand that the lighting could be okay. I understand that the lighting could be shot. Okay, let me know if that's better for you. Put a one in the chat if that's better, if you guys can see a lot better, because right now we're going over the sauce, and I want to be able to give you guys my best quality work. So put a one in the chat if that's better, if the view is better. Okay, so that's going to be systems part, right? Your system is the core of your business. This is kind of the heart, right? You ever send, like, you give Nike or wherever you like to shop your email, your phone number, and your name, and then instantly you get points, right? You're able to set up points for yourself. That's what a CRM does, right? You're able to really track everything inside of your business, and that's the beauty of being able to have a CRM. That is one of the benefits, one of the many benefits. But ultimately, that's like, hold on, let me just do this. Boom. That's like the main thing. So we got systems down. Okay. Now let's talk marketing, right? So we have two types of marketing. Okay. Two types, right? We have passive. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go live in here as well. Oh, I need the app for that. Okay, that's fine. So we have passive, right? And then we have active. Okay, those are the two different types of marketing that we have, right? Welcome in the almighty welcome. We have passive and then we have active. Okay, so what's passive and what's active marketing? So passive marketing are like billboards, right? Like you pass by them and then hopefully you take some type of action. Whereas active is you have what's called a CTA, a call to action, right? Or you have running ads. Okay. Then you have this is kind of a mix, word of mouth, WOM, word of mouth, womb, whatever you want to call it. That's kind of a mix of both passive and active. Okay, WOM. Then you have what I like to call my favorite, which is referrals. Right? These are my favorite. You know why? Because somebody clearly referred you because you did good business for them, first off, right? No one's really going to refer you to another business if you didn't do good business with the initial business first, right? That's one of the things about business that I love. Like, think about it. Like when you see a good movie, right? One of the reasons movies and things of that nature blow up so quickly is because someone said, "Yo, did you see that movie? That movie was good." Remember when Sinners came out? Everybody and their grandmother, uncle, aunt, cousin, nephews, nieces, dog, parrot were talking about Sinners, right? And so that's part of like word of mouth referrals, but referrals are the best because clearly you have talked about this enough to where, or you've been talked about enough to where your business now, like people are actually like, oh shit, like this person delivers, this person does good business, or whatever, or what have you. So these are the different types of marketing. But what I'm specifically talking about when it comes to marketing your business is all of these, right? You want to be able to have all of these inside of your business. Why? Because ultimately these are what essentially going to happen and build up your systems, right? Remember I was talking about systems earlier. You have to be able to market to get people into the system. And how you get people into the system is billboards, depending on your industry. Um, then passive word of mouth. You have your calls to actions, you have your ads, you have your referrals, and then you also have social media. I almost forgot that, right? Social media is a great way to market your business, hands down. I think we all know that at this point. Social media is one of the number one ways to market your business and make sure you get eyeballs on whatever it is that you're doing. What about you guys? What are some ways that you market your business right now? Right? I want to ask you that. What is the number one way that you market your business currently? Right? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, guys. Welcome in. So we got two types of marketing, right? We've got the passive, we've got the active, right? My favorite is a combination of both. Passive can also mean just making a post on social media, but maybe not, marketing it, because passive meaning like it always lives there and it's going to be there no matter what, and people can always see it no matter what. Whereas active, ultimately, right, is you posting consistently, you having some type of activity going on. Whereas, like I said, I could just stand here in the street, right? Like, think about, I don't know if you guys have seen Kick 68 the Great. He's now on Streamer University. When you think about him, he just stands there. He just stands there and women come up to him, right? He's just chilling. That's a form of passive marketing. He's just standing there. He's not doing anything. He is literally just living his life, living his best life, just standing there. And so what happens is when he's just standing there, people just show up. They just show up to him. They just pull up to him, right? And so that's what I just want to share with you guys. Those are the two types of marketing. Now, any questions on that? Any questions on that? Then I got a question in the chat. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So I would say my favorite type of marketing, like I said earlier, is going to be ad. I mean, it's going to be a combination of both, but I love ads. I love running ads. I love getting people in front of my product, in front of my offer to be able to, market myself. That's how you get the most eyeballs on your offer, right? So now we've gone over systems, we've gone over marketing, we've gone over the two main things. Now we're gonna go over how to make money, right? Drop a one in the chat if you want to learn how to make some money today. Drop a one in the chat. Actually, drop a dollar sign if you want to learn how to make some money. Drop a dollar sign if you want to learn how to make some money today. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about money, 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 money. Okay. So we got the systems, we got the marketing. Now we're going to talk about sales. Sales are one of the most, like, that's the bottom line of any business, is to make money, right? That's the bottom line. So what we're going to do today is talk about sales, how to make money. Okay. So once you have a system, once you have your marketing, now you have to put a sales team in place. Okay. How do you find a sales team? Well, you reach out to us at My Management Academy. We can help you with that. But ultimately, you want to be able to have a sales script. Okay. SCRIPT. Then you want to have a sales SOP. What's an SOP? SOP is standard operating procedure, right? When people come into your business, you want to be able to look at it and say, okay, this is how we're going to run things on a standard. When people come into the business, this is how we're going to run things, and this is how it's going to work. Period. End of story. That is how you run and you create an SOP. And you can use any large language model, any LLM, to be able to build out a sales system, build out an SOP for your team. Because here's the thing, when you're building out a team in your business and you're involving other people, one of the main things that I've seen that businesses run into, I've even ran into this in my business, is having a repeatable process. That's why you want to have an SOP. You want to have a repeatable process. So this way you're not teaching Jack something and you're teaching Jill something completely different. You want to be able to teach them the same exact thing so they can excel and know how to run the operations inside of your business. That's why these things are important. So you want to have a sales script. SOP. You want to also have, and I'm going to give you guys a gem here, hire in threes. Okay. Hire in threes. Hire in threes. Okay. The reason why you want to hire in threes, and I learned this from my mentor. Number one, if you just hire one person, they become the benchmark. If you hire two people, obviously one's going to fall behind, one's going to excel. If you hire three people, that elicits competition within your business. It elicits competition within your business. What does that mean? When you have three, right, the Holy Trinity, really, right, the strongest shape in the universe, it's going to want to make one of the people are going to naturally excel and compete against the other two. Then you're going to have a second runner up, and you're going to have your third place runner up, right? Ultimately, you always want to hire in threes because of that, right? You're going to have that one person that just is a superstar. They just outshine everybody. They put everybody on their behind, right? And that's what you want to be able to find. You want to be able to find that superstar. Now, one of the things that I always say about sales is no matter what your offer is, and this is how you make it work. A lot of people say, "Oh, I don't have money for employees, et cetera, et cetera." Well, hire on commission, right? And the way that you hire on commission, you might say, "Oh, my product isn't high enough, my service isn't high enough." Well, raise your prices, right? I always say to start at $9.97. Okay, you should have an offer within your business that's $9.97. Okay, simply because let's say you hire a sales team and you're giving them 10%, you're giving them 20%, you're giving them a percentage of what they sell. Let's say they close 10 of these at 10,000, that's 10,000, right? And you're paying them 10%. They just made $1,000, right? Most people, unfortunately, most people don't make $1,000 in a day. They don't make $1,000 in a week, right? They don't make $1,000 in 2 weeks, right? So unfortunately, it depends on where you are in the world, depends on where you are. But here's where it all comes into play. Once you build the systems and then you market that system and you're bringing in sales through that system, right? Then you have the ability to pay the sales team, right? Because if you're bringing in, let's say 50, 60, 70, 100 leads a week, your sales team or you should be able to close at least 10%. If you're bringing 100 leads in, you should be able to close at least 10 leads in your business. Period. End of story. Either your offer is incorrect or the person that you are marketing to is incorrect, right? Yeah, that's just the bottom line of it. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in, Danny. Welcome in, Shelly. Welcome in, Favitu, Goodwin. Welcome in, guys. Nurse Q. Welcome, Amir. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. So today we're talking systems, marketing, sales. That's what we're talking today. We are getting down to the nitty gritty. We are cooking right now. So, like I was saying, you want to be able to have that sales SOP. You want to be able to have that sales script, and you want to be able to hire in threes. Once you hire in threes, you're going to have that superstar. Maybe that superstar can end up being your sales manager, right? Your wishes to end. Yeah. So, you're able to actually hire a sales manager to oversee your sales team now. Now it's not just you overseeing your sales team. You have an all-star killer. He's closing 20% of deals a month. He's closing in 30% of deals a month. I always say to promote once they start closing, once they start showing results, because then you can justify the reason why it is that you want them to be able to lead the sales team, because they have to lead by example, right? If they're closing a ton of deals, they're able to lead by example, right? So I say all of that to say, right? This is the three main components on how to build a profitable 10K a month business. This is what we do inside Mind Management Academy. If you're interested in learning more, I just wanted to give you guys a quick synopsis of how we do what we do, the value that we provide for our customers every single day in, day out, no matter what type of business. We love to focus on coaches, right? Consultants, right? Investors, right? Entrepreneurs, right? Um, yeah, that's like our real niche. Also healthcare professionals. We just got into healthcare professionals. Okay. Those are the people that we deliver results for. That's what we've been delivering results for, and we focus on that niche. So all of these people, this is what you call your ideal client profile. This kind of falls under marketing, right? Your ICP, right? This is your ideal client profile. This is who you want to go after. Avatar. Very, very important, guys. Very, very important to know who you serve. It's very, very important to understand. Okay, based on my niche, this is the value that I can provide. And we've built out this system that we have here. It's called the pipeline to profit. Pipeline to profit. Okay, we build out the whole pipeline, and it generates profit. Bottom line, bottom line, bottom line, bottom line, right? I love that you're liking this. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. It's good to see you. What's up, Zamia? Welcome in, Zamia. Valet Vision, welcome in, guys. Welcome in. So we cooking right now. You have your ICP. That again, that falls under your marketing. Who you are marketing to, very crucial, very important to understand. So for us as coaches, consultants, investors, primarily real estate investors, entrepreneurs, and healthcare professionals. Those are the people that we currently serve and that we like to serve. Because once you know you can deliver a specific result in a specific niche with a specific ICP, continue to go for that type of person. Double down, repeat. Do you masturbate your pool seat? Do you masturbate? I don't know what that means, but ultimately, you want to be able to understand who your ICP is and continue to deliver results for your ICP. Okay. So, like I said, we covered systems, we covered marketing, we covered sales. And then the last thing, I'm just going to give you guys a quick little bonus here, which is what we're actually doing is building out an AI tool to help us with fulfillment. Okay. This is fulfilling your offer, whatever it is that you're offering to your clients. This is when you're focused on delivering an incredible client experience, delivering an experience that is just going to make your customers and your clients feel like you went above and beyond with them, right? One of the reasons why Amazon is such a massive company, because they doubled down on this, right? They forgot everything else. They got their own warehouse, they got their own trucks, they did their own application. They said that they're going to be the best at storing, the best at delivering, and now look at them today. They're untouchable. They're untouchable. They are literally interwoven into the fabric of society at this point. They've got partnerships with different companies such as Enterprise, Bolt, Avis, right? Like they're able to really be interwoven into the fabric of society. So fulfillment, right? What is it that you fulfill for your clients? What is it that once they pay you, once you get that check from them, right? What are they going to get? And then also the customer experience. Like once they get onboarded, my staff, they get my clients, once they get onboarded, they get a video from me that outlines the contract, who we are, what it's going to be going through the entire process, right? That is what they get from me. So figuring out what is fulfillment for you guys. Okay. But yes, it's been a pleasure. My name is David Marisme, aka Denver, the Mindset Diplomat. You guys can find me at mindset_diplomat everywhere. Appreciate you guys tuning into the class. If you guys would like to learn more, feel free to reach out to me, send me a DM. My email is mindsetdiplomat@gmail.com. And it has been a pleasure to serve and teach you guys today. All right. Thank you so much.